Hello, friends. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Hanky Law. Hanky Law likes solving your problems when they happen, but loves anticipating them so they don't. They provide real people with real solutions to help get your life moving forward. Hanky Law provides criminal defense, family law, personal injury, and civil law. Listen, the legal system can be intimidating and scary. If you find yourself in the legal system, it's important to have lawyers who can explain the process, navigate the legal system, and protect your rights. Hanky Law's experienced attorneys use their knowledge to skillfully defend their clients. Maybe your family is needing representation during a stressful or emotional event. Hanky Law can help. Hanky Law is comprised of Blake and Kelsey Hankey with a family of their own, so you can trust they understand the value of keeping the best interests of you, your finances, your future, and the long-term interests of your children in mind. If you are needing legal help in North Dakota or Minnesota, go to hankyjustice.com or call 701-746-4529. Hanky Law, counselors and attorneys at law. What up? What is up? What's up? The up is what is my question. What's going on, everyone? It's been interesting. It's been a good time. I know I'm late on the podcast this week. That's because I've had a lot of things going on, and I just did not have the time to sit down and do this podcast this week. So I apologize for that, but you're gonna get it early, and then you'll get another one this upcoming week anyway. So I'm sure you'll survive. Dude, I was supposed to be, so my friends are in town, right? Which is fun. It's been great. Like, Norby, shout out for coming. All the boys showed up too. Um, and he sends me, they're at the Cosmo in town, which is this super fucking tall casino. And I am terrified of heights. You're like, Jake, you're a pilot. Why are you afraid of heights? Because it's different, okay? It's just different. I don't know why it's different. I don't know who decided it was different, but it just is. I don't, it's like questioning why water's wet. Just happens to be wet, man. I'm not trying to figure it out either. Just deal with it. Okay, so we go all the way. He's like, Jake, come to room 5302. I'm like, all right, coming up to 5302. Push the 53 button in the elevator, and this elevator fucking warp speed to the fucking top, dude. Crazy amount of speed. And then when they slow you down, like, it almost makes you nauseous. Like, everything, like, the blood goes all the way up into your head because it slows you down so quickly. I think they applied brakes at floor like 47 after they've been just sending you through the roof all the way up from floor 1 to 47 so far. So you get there, we get up to floor 53, we go all the way down to the end, and room 5302 is right there. And we notice that the door is cracked, and it has like that, that thing that it's like a lock so someone can't like open the door all the way, but you can just crack it. It's like the bar. You probably already know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna stop explaining it, but they had that pushed in between the door, so when the door closes, it doesn't close like all the way. It's just kind of cracked. So we just assume that's because that's for us to come in. Me and I'm with a friend. I'm with a friend Daniela. We're coming in, and we just open the door. And the first thing I notice is that there is just glitter and all these streamers coming down from the ceiling. I'm like, what? This is kind of weird because I've never known Norby to have streamers and glitter in his shit. But I'm like, he's with some friends. Maybe someone else brought it. Whatever. We let ourselves in, and the very first thing that we see is this dude with tight ass fucking assless chaps. I said tight ass, but the chaps were assless, and then a bunch of leather around him, right? And we just keep walking in, and we're just like, oh, what's up, dude? What's going on? Norby, I'm here. What's up? And nobody answers by that name, which is like red flag number one, right? And everyone's like, kind of like, who are you guys? Who are you, right? So eventually we realize that there's a couple too many blow-up dolls in the room and a bunch of too many strippers and people in leather to realize this probably is no longer Normie's room. But I still have it, so I'm in my texts, standing in the hall, and I'm looking, and I'm like, no, 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 it is 5302. That's this room, right? And the lady's like, yeah, this is room 5302, but you're not supposed to be in here. And I'm like, no, I'm reading the text. It's right here. Anyway, this lady goes, there's the door, and like pushes us out, right? So Daniela goes, wow, what a bitch. And the second she said bitch, she like opened the door, got rid of the latch, shut the door all the way, and locked it. So it's like, oh, obviously we're not invited back in. So I call Nick. I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? We just walked into a fucking orgy. Like, why? What's going on here? And he's like, what room did you go in? I'm like 5302, and he's like, yeah, let me check. Oh, it's 5202, dude, 5202. So we literally just broke into this dude's orgy that he's trying to have with all these people in leather and shit, and it's 100% my fault, right? Because something about me, I just kind of walk in and act like I belong in places. Like, I just assume everyone's gonna be cool with me being there. And what was weird is everyone kind of was cool with us being there for a while until that one lady noticed that we were there. She was the only one that had a huge problem with us being there. Which is like, what the fuck? I'm hot. I'm with someone who's hot. We're hot. Cumulatively, this room just got 10 degrees warmer when we walked in. And you want us to leave? You want us to leave? Let me tell you what, I want you to leave with that fucking attitude. You go down to 5202. We're going to stay up here and have some fun with all these motherfucking strippers and those no, that's not at all what happened. But we left and we went back down to the correct room, and it was a good time, except for the only thing is I'm very afraid of heights, and so the balcony doesn't have, like, there's glass and like there's a ledge, but it only goes up to like a little above waist. I wouldn't say a little, but it's probably chest level, and I'm just being dramatic. But it's probably chest level. But there's no like barrier, so you could just go right over the top and send it right over the roof, and you're fucking Superman without superpowers, right? You're gonna hit concrete pretty quick before you know it. It's gonna be like, there goes my heroes from that movie. The other guys, when they just jump off the roof, aim for the bushes, and they just hit the ground. No? Alright. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was terrified of it. Anyway, I stayed in the room, which made me feel comfortable, but we just hung out. I got a couple slices of pizza for free. I don't drink, so I was kind of like just the sober guy listening to all the funny drunk conversations. I just yawned right there because I think I'm talking so much that my body like physically needs oxygen at that point. But anyway, it was a good time. I was glad that they all came down, and we'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens next. The next day, I went back, and I ended up taking some Xan when I got there, because it helped me like calm down, and I was actually able to get out onto the um, balcony very well. And what was weird is I'm able to watch other people be fine on the balcony, but I'm still like not able to go on the balcony. I have like this irrational fear. It's like, they're fine. Look at, they're on the balcony. Why the fuck? I'm gonna be fine if I go out there. Like, I know it in my head, but I still can't do it. Like, I get that irrational like I don't. It's hard to explain unless you know what I'm talking about. But it's probably my biggest fear in life is heights without like protected barriers. Like, that opening was the problem. Because if you shut the door, right, you shut the sliding door. I can look. I'm like looking straight down. I've been to the top of One World Trade Center with the boys. We had lunch up there, dude. We loved it. We sat by the glass. It was a beautiful thing. I'm a pilot. We go flying all the time. I've been up to like 30 something odd. I've been up to 40,000 feet once. Like, I'm fine with that. That's not the problem. The problem is I don't trust that there isn't going to be some circumstance that I'm not going to fall off that bitch. And once you're over the edge, it's going to be like 15 seconds of you being like, God, I'm such an idiot. Like, all these years of me not doing heights, and I did it this one time, and now I'm over the edge. And it's like, something like that. Otherwise, yeah, it's been dope. It's been a good week, except that's a lie. It hasn't been a good week, but it's been an okay week. It's Sunday. It's gonna be a new week pretty soon here. By the time this comes up, it's gonna be Monday. So hopefully, I applied for some more jobs because I did not get the job that I originally applied for. Unless all these gigs start opening up and I start getting booked more like I used to be when, then that'd be a different case. But as for now, it's just not, and I'm gonna have to get a regular job again, and that just makes me a sad banana. But it is what it is. It is what it fucking is. You gotta. There's a couple things that happen that slap you in the face, and it's like, bro, it's time. You got to take action, and you think it's like, maybe if you hold on just a little longer, maybe the scene's coming back. But after going to Nashville and seeing all of them come back, and then coming here and seeing everyone still drag their feet, it's like it's obviously not coming back fast enough. And money's green regardless, and I am into money. That's I don't know if you guys knew about that, but I do like money. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah, that's the whole point of everything that I do. Actually, is money. When it comes to performing and shit, it's because I like money. I love performing and shit, but I wouldn't just do it for free if I could get paid doing something else. Obviously, I don't know anyone who wouldn't agree with that. I guess. Otherwise, let me just yawn again while I'm on air. Fine, let me get a drink too. Dude, I was also gonna talk about this other day. I drive Uber sometimes. I think I mentioned that a couple times. And this dude, I was going to pick up these people from. I'm not gonna name buildings and shit, but I was going to pick someone up, and this bus comes up behind me, like too close to now where he can't get out unless he either puts his bus in reverse to leave or now I move. Here's the problem. This area where we're lined up is for us to pick up people. Like, that's the Uber pickup spot, right? That's where we're supposed to be. This guy could have easily gone around me, but instead he decides to move your motherfucking car out the window instead, right? That was his approach. And I'm like, what? Like that, because I honestly wasn't sure because my window was rolled up. So I rolled down my window, and he goes, "Man, move your motherfucking car!" Like that. So I went, "Hey man, if you look at the curb here, this is actually like where we're supposed to be for Uber." It says Uber in big letters on the curb. And he goes, "Man, go fucking park over there." Like that, right? Reminder that this is the guy who parked behind me. I've already been here, right? So he then gets out of the car, right? And says, "Man, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face," like that, which is just fantastic. Long story short, the people want to get out of the bus and ask me to let them out. This guy comes back. I am way too tired. I apologize for this, but this guy comes back, gets pissed that I'm on the sidewalk because I'm not sure why he's mad about that, but then puts his arm up to swing at me and shit, right? Blah, 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 blah. Whole long story goes that he ends up putting his car in reverse like it could have done the whole time, and then slams on the gas, and then comes within like this close of hitting another car because he didn't check first. And then after he left, he fucking hit the gas again, and then I'm like everyone in the back of the bus just kind of whoop, like, because of the force of him going forward. And it was a banana land time. It honestly was a banana land time. Whole time my passenger's looking at me like, "Is it safe to get in now?" And I'm like, "I hope so. He might swing again. I don't know. We'll see." But he was gone. But that was crazy. It's been crazy. I've never been like assaulted and then had so many other crazy things happen in 1 week like it happened last week. Why am I yawning? I'm sorry, man. I'm like Jonathan McYonistan, and I'm from Yawntopia. This is absolutely crazy how much yawning I'm doing. But I've had some write-ins. I can read a quick tweet. It doesn't really make any sense here, but it's kind of fun sometimes to read them because it's like, what are you really fucking talking about here, dude? I wrote, "Man, I'd be so pissed off if I got bit by a shark," because I would be. Could you imagine being bit by a fucking shark? I'd be so angry. If a shark comes and bites me, I'd be like, "Dude, what did I do, man? I'm just out here swimming, enjoying the time." I mean, I grew up swimming in lakes, so I don't really have a problem with that, except for like, the longer I've been away from Wisconsin and like North Dakota and Minnesota and like the places where I'm used to being in the lakes and I'm used to being in the woods and hunting and all this other crazy shit. The longer I'm away, the more I'm not a fan of swimming in lakes anymore. And it kind of bothers me. I just don't like not being able to see to the bottom. I want to see what's down there at the now, you know? It might be because, you know, swimming in pools here, sometimes some kids shit in it and you want to be like, is that poop or what is that? But like also when you're in the lake, you want to be like, is that a fucking shark, snapping turtle? What's going on down there? I want to keep all my toes. Like they're expensive to replace, I'm sure. Like just the ambulance ride alone is like whatever. In fact, I read this tweet one time. Someone wrote, everyone complaining about the price of ambulances. They're not a taxi service to the hospital. Get over it. Uh, what in the fuck else are they then, if not a fucking taxi to the hospital to get you from emergency location A to emergency location B where the recovery can go on? Like, I don't understand what the fuck else is an ambulance for. Anyway, so, reminder, original tweet that I wrote out was, man, I'd be so pissed off if I got bit by a shark. Response by Nicholas Nelson 7. Quote, like when a cop has to be there for you to babysit your kids like you're unstable. Dude, what are you talking about, man? Listen, if you're listening, man, you like comment on all my shit, and I really, number one, don't really know who you are, and number two, I don't even know what you're talking about half the time, dude. Like, I literally have no idea what you're talking about half the time. Like, if you just would provide some context, that would be fantastic. Like, you seem nice. I just don't know who you are, what you're talking about, and it would be great to, you know, understand, because it's like I never respond to you because I don't know what you fucking mean, dude. I don't know what you mean. There's some weird people on Twitter. You seem nice, but I don't know what you mean, dude. So just, you know, let me know what you mean. Anyway, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna record this because honestly, I keep wanting to yawn. Like right now, I'm gonna yawn again. Check this. You know what I think it is? I think it's because I'm tired. That's honestly probably what it comes down to. I slept for like maybe 4 hours last night, and that's you know, and sometimes you get just sad boy hour about some things, and you just lay in bed for like way too long, and then you just don't get anything done. And I like, you know, sometimes it's just, you know, I think that's what depression's called, right? Except for I think everyone's suffering from this bullshit right now too. So I hope everything gets better for everyone out there listening. If you're listening and your life is turned to hell because of this pandemic, man, I feel pretty bad for you, because truthfully, you didn't deserve it. None of us deserved what happened to us. If we lived in literally any other country, including like Brazil or something, they would have had better care for us. You know, the amount of the aid in this upcoming package that Biden has going on is bullshit. It's only $1,400 to you, and like it's not even the $400 unemployment. It's just $300 again, which is like just a Trump era thing. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me because um like the tax returns that people are getting that are huge are from, you know, Trump's tax bill. And disclaimer, I didn't fucking like the guy. I didn't. I really did not. I don't actually know how much more clear I could have been about that. But I'm not gonna ignore the policy that is what it is. You know, everything that more people got money under the stimulus checks that Trump provided, especially that first one. More people got money under the second one, which was almost Mitch McConnell's package than anything. And now the Democrats want to come through and seem like heroes for providing an extra 1,400. Bitch, you said when they were talking to everyone in Georgia to try to swing the Senate over to the Democrat, which they did, they got there. They said we'll provide $2,000. This was after the $600 came out. This is after that. They were making claims that they would provide immediate $2,000 relief, immediate unemployment relief, immediate small business relief, all this other crazy shit. They did none of it. Now they're claiming, well, we're giving out 1,400 just to match up with the extra 600. That wasn't your bill. That's not what you said. And you lied again, like usual. And it's great to me to watch everyone who really stuck their guns for this guy to get rid of Trump watch it, like, be almost the same guy, if not worse. They're watching like Mitch McConnell, but a worse version of him, because this guy's like, as long as, what is it okay that as long as the missile that blows up Syria says Black Lives Matter on it, now it's okay? Or what? Because the Boeing is in rainbow colors, that therefore all those Syrian children don't matter anymore? Like, dude, Kamala Harris, the VP's own fucking estimate last year was that the majority of the refugees in Syria that were affected by the bombings and shit of the United States, that they were then blaming on Trump, obviously, was women and children. And now that it's them doing it, it's like, ah, ha, 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 it's okay because Iran shot rockets at us. If Iran shot rockets at us in a base in Iraq, then why in the motherfuck are we blowing up Syria? Get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of your bullshit, and everyone is starting to see it, and I'm really thankful of that. Reminder to vote Libertarian, vote Green Party, vote for the Flying Spaghetti Monster, vote for anything other than a Republican or a Democrat, because I don't know how much more you need to see and hear to realize that they don't fucking care about you. All they care about is getting themselves rich, their friends rich, and blowing up the Middle Eastern kids. And if you don't think I'm right, then ask why the Department of Defense head guys, the Secretary of Defense, just stepped down as one of the executives of Raytheon. And tell me why one of the former vice presidents was the CEO of Halliburton. Blah, 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 blah. You got a lot of Googling to do. Don't keep asking me questions, because I'm sure you're all big boys and you can figure it out yourselves. Anyway, my name is Jake Ryder. This has been my rant for today, and I will most likely see you guys next week.